Oh, hi, Paul Sack. It's Good News Planet. I'm speaking to editor-in-chief of Travel Girl Magazine. It's award-winning, actually, Stephanie Oswald. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Hi, Paul. I'm doing great. Beginning of the year, travel trends, new year, new travels. I've got reasons why you should have 3 bucket lists, and I've got some hot trends for you, and I've got some packing tips.
I need something warm. Do you have anything warm? I mean, I'm here in New York. I love New York, but it's been cold.
Well, it's been cold a lot of places, so I think a lot of people are thinking, hey, I need to go somewhere warm. And, one of the things we can do, especially when we're on the East Coast, is consider the Caribbean. And places like Aruba, great destination, and not too far away. Bermuda, again, pretty close, closer than we think. Turks and Caicos, these are all places that are, just a short jump off of the East Coast. I'll tell you what, when it comes to bucket lists, Cuba is something that is going to show up on more bucket lists for 2015 and beyond because the restrictions are going to be, as of today, they are dropped a lot. They've gotten a lot looser. And what that means is that if you're on a humanitarian mission or an educational mission, you could find yourself exploring Cuba, which a lot of us never thought we'd be able to do that.
Wow. Actually, ironically enough, just yesterday, somebody said I should come with them down to Cuba and make a show or something or do something because it's a wild place and a good place.
Yeah, well, you know me. I think that travel is the greatest educator, and it's really important to just see as much as we can and appreciate the different cultures because it helps breed tolerance, and we need a lot of that, especially with everything that's happening in the world right now. I think this time of year, Paul, it's great to come up with your own bucket list, and you should have 3 of them. You should have one that covers everything you want to see before you die. You should have another one that covers the destinations you want to go for this year. And then you should have what I call a backyard bucket list, too. So visiting some of the places that are right in your own backyard that you drive by all the time and you've never been in there to take advantage of what's there.
Okay. So what are some kind of, like, say we're doing some road trips. What are some kind of things we should do if we're, are staying sort of not too far away? What are some things we should consider?
Well, now, let me ask you this. Have you been to Myrtle Beach yet?
I'm going to apologize big time to myself and to you because I know you and I have talked about Myrtle Beach. And so how far is Myrtle Beach from us?
It is such a great destination. Well, if you're going from New York, I mean, you could do a whole East Coast and just kind of make your plans so that at some point you head down, you hit Myrtle Beach. And I'll tell you what, one of the things, too, now's the time to go online and see what's happening new at some of your favorite destinations. And TripAdvisor just named Myrtle Beach. It was one of their top destinations for 2014. So, it's always on top of the golf lists and the family beach destinations. So if you're planning now for summer, it's just something to think about. They've got a lot of great things happening this year. A winery is going to be opening. The largest winery in the South is opening a tasting room in Myrtle Beach. They also have a really amazing indoor sports complex that's going to be coming up really soon. And that's something, when you see things like this happening, it's a great sign for the economy, too. When we're seeing airports get renovated, we're seeing destinations build new facilities, really, really good stuff happening. There's a National Blues Museum opening in St. Louis, Missouri, and there's also another huge sports complex with equestrian trails and everything happening outside of Houston, Texas as well, and that's going to be opening this spring, too. So really good stuff happening across the country.
Let me ask you, especially with now the gas prices being as low as they are, unbelievably, right now, so are more people taking to the road?
Well, they are, and I'll tell you what, Paul, I'm a big fan of Megabus, and even with the prices of gas lower for people to take their own road trips, I still vote for taking the bus, especially if you haven't tried it lately. It's like taking a cruise. People say, well, I haven't done that. I need to. Well, you need to. This is your year. Get on a cruise ship. Take the bus. When you take Megabus, then you don't have to worry about the maps. Yeah, the gas prices might be low, but when you're driving your car, you're still having to worry about driving your car. You're having to worry about, making sure that your car is in shape. You're having to pay tolls because even though the gas prices are going down, the tolls, there's a study that just came out, the tolls are going up. So taking advantage of Megabus, you can let somebody else do the driving. You can get fares that start at $1, and it's really about the journey. So sitting back and relaxing with your travel partners and enjoying the ride, making your plans so that when you get to your destination, you know what you're doing. Those are all things you can do if you're not having to worry about being behind the wheel.
It's a good point, and I've taken Megabus, and I know it's a great way to travel. Let me ask you, because you're always wise in this way, in stress overall. I know it's about the journey and not almost the destination sometimes. Stress in general. What are one or two or three or four ideas for relieving stress in the process of going somewhere?
Sure thing, Paul. Well, you know what? There are things you can do. Here's the good news. Here's the good news for today. There are things you can do early in the year that are going to help you have smart, smoother travels the rest of the year. And it starts with being a savvy packer. One of your New Year's resolutions should be to learn, if you're not already doing it, you should learn how to pack everything in one bag. So you are a carry-on traveler. And that matters for the plane, for the train, for the bus. And another thing, if you're taking the bus, you don't have to pay. Your first bag is checked for free. And if you're flying, make sure you know if you've got any perks with your credit cards or anything that's going to help you have a discount on checking those bags. But the best solution is make sure you only got one bag, so you're a carry-on traveler. And the way to do that is to be a smart packer. Invest in some packing cubes. That's one way to do it. You can also get those bags that squeeze the air out, and they make it a lot easier for you to pack your items. Another thing you can do is roll your clothes. People think that's weird, but then once they try it, they will never stop doing it because it really makes for more room in your bag. Also, remember the things you don't need to pack, things that will slow you up at security. For example, I don't bring a hairdryer with me because you don't need it. Instead, I pack an Aquas hair towel. It's something you can pick up for under $20 at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it's something, it dries my hair in 15 minutes, and I don't have to worry about, stressing out my hair with blow drying, and I don't have to worry about going through security with a big bulky electronic. Because the less electronics you have in your bag, the quicker you're going to get through security.
Stephanie, you are so smart. You're always so smart. Two last quick questions. What's good news for you?
Well, good news for me is that they just announced the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival schedule for this year, and it's always the last weekend of April and the first weekend of May, and that's something to put on your bucket list. So if you haven't been, another thing to put on your bucket list. And if you can't come this year, come next year. It's every year, and it's one of the best things in New Orleans.
Yay, and peace for you. What is peace for you today?
What is peace for me? That's a really good one. Peace for me is making sure that wherever I am, whether it's in my own backyard to walk on the levee, or whether it's at a resort to walk on the beach, or whether it's in a big city to walk around the block, that I take time every single day to observe where I am and really kind of get centered. Because I think that's really super important for all of us, no matter where we are, to bring that sense of personal centering with us when we're on the road.
Stephanie, you're one smart human being. There's no doubt about it. Thank you so much. I always appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. Happy and a healthy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll talk soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.